All right, everybody, we're going to continue on at problem 7 and 8, where we talked about translating expressions. And here were two examples, 7 and 8. They say 4 less than a number squared. So I have a number, okay? A number is n, okay? I'm going to take n and square it. That means I'm raising it to the second power. We talked about what squared meant, okay? And then I have the number 4. Remember, less than is our turnaround statement. So that means I'm going to flip these two. This actually is n squared minus 4. N squared minus 4. Number 8 said twice a number divided by 5. Okay? So I'm going to take my number n, and remember twice meant product, means I'm multiplying. So I'm going to take 2 times n, and then divided by this is division, divided by 5. And guys, I can also write this as a fraction. This is 2n divided by 5. Okay, we're now going to move into equations. The only thing that we got to think about with equations is the difference from expressions. And I see you e-learners participating in the chat. Thank you so much. But guys, tell me, what is the difference from an expression and an equation? That's the hint. Equation. What's the difference? Yes, you are exactly right. One has an equal sign and one does not. That is the difference. So when we look at these equations and we're translating equations, we're going to know it's an equation because it should equal something. We should have an equal sign. It's going to say, is this, or is that? And that will give us the signal that it equals something, okay? So let's look at number 9. The sum of twice a number and 10, here we go. Here's our equals word. Is, and you can put that in the box. We're going to see the word is to mean equal. Go ahead and write that in your box. Is lets me know this is an equation and not an expression. So is 36. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Sum of meant plus twice a number. Well, a number is n, and twice that is multiplication by 2. And 10. Okay, so that means that I'm adding 2n and 10. So I got 2n plus 10 equals 36. Okay, do we all see the difference? That is going to tell us to put an equal sign. Let's look at 10. 3 times the difference of a number and 7 is 18. Again, is my indicator. I got an equal sign. Now I do my same stuff. 3 times the difference of a number. Oh, guys, what does times the difference mean? If we go back to our sheet, times the difference is an indicator that we need to use parentheses. Remember that? So what I'm doing is taking the number n and 7, and I'm going to subtract them. The difference was subtraction. And I got to put that in parentheses. Then I'm going to take that value and multiply it by 3. So this statement is 3 times n minus 7, okay? And it tells us it is 18. That is a lot of stuff happening in that statement, okay? So be careful, make sure you pay attention when you have to group items together. Next one, 4 times a number divided by 8 is 3. Is tells me this is a equal statement, okay? So I got an equal statement. I got 4 times means multiplication. I'm multiplying by n and then dividing it by 8. So I have 4n divided by 8 is 3. Miss Bennett's going to write it as a fraction. 4n over 8, which is the same as divided by, equals 3. Number 12. 5 times the sum of a number and 6 is 48. The sum of a number and 6, okay? Key words here. Times the sum of. Times the sum of. Indicator that we need to use, parentheses. Okay, don't forget, we got to use parentheses. Times the sum up means I need to do parentheses. So I'm saying 5, I'm going to be multiplying it by the sum of my number n, okay, and 6. Okay, so n plus 6. So when I write that, I'm going to be saying 5, and in parentheses, I'll have my n plus 6, and that's going to equal, because it says is. This is my equal statement. Is 48. All right, let's go to 13. 1/2 of a number is less than the number itself. Ooh, 1/2 of a number is less than is 8 less than. This one has to read this correctly. 8 less than the number itself. So let's translate this. Well, 1/2, remember that was division, okay? That just means dividing by 2, or 1 over 2. So 1/2 of my number n is 8 less than, okay, is 8 less than. And the is statement, here is the is statement. It's right here. So this is where I'm putting the equal sign this time. Do you guys see that? I'm going to be putting it in between 1/2 and. That's where it's going to go. And then let's look at this other part. 8 less than the number itself. What is less than? Less than is a what? That is a turnaround statement. So it's 8 less than n. So I got to flip that to n minus 8, right? N minus 8. So when I write this, I'll have my 1/2 times n. And then here's my equal sign. There's my is statement. So I got my equal sign in between. Then I do my turnaround statement. This should be n, which is the number, minus 8 because of that turnaround statement. Yes. Number 14. Number 14. The product of a number and 3 is the same is. There it is. Is my equal statement. I know my equal statement is going here. Is the same as the sum of that number and 6. So let's go to the first part of it. The product of a number and 3. Well, that means that I'm taking the number and I'm multiplying, product of. I'm multiplying that number by 3. So I'm having 3n. 3n is equal to. So it's going to be equal to the same as the sum. Sum was addition. So I'm adding, okay? The sum of that number and 6. Okay, so I'm adding 6 to n. Okay, adding 6 to n. So when I write this out, I'll have 3n is equal to n plus 6. Is everyone seeing right now? I just want to do a check-in because we're doing a lot of translating here, right? Are you seeing how we're breaking down the bits and pieces of this and turning it into expressions, face-to-facers? Let me know how you're feeling with this. Thumbs up, thumbs down, to the side. How are you feeling with this? Give me some feedback. Okay, so some people are so. How are you guys feeling? You too. How are you guys? So. Okay, it's like you gotta take it piece by piece. Okay, piece by piece. E-learners, how are you feeling? I see some feedback in the chat. What about the rest of you? Okay, I see some thumbs up in the chat. Rest of you, how are you feeling? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, it's a lot. As you start putting it together, it's a lot, but we're going to take it piece by piece by piece, okay? The next one, guys, 15, number 15 says 15 decreased by the quotient of a number and 3 is 20. So I know my equal statement is going to go right before the 20, okay? So let's translate the first part of my equation. I am taking 15 and I am going to, so I'm writing my 15 here, and I am going to decrease it by, so subtract from the quotient. Quotient means division. So I'm dividing the number n and 3. Okay, so n over 3. And that should equal 20. So if I have to write this out, I'm going to write it down here and do another color. I know it's going to be 15 minus n over 3 equals 20. Okay? My last one. 4 less than the product of a number and 7 is 8 more than that number. Okay, let's first figure out where our equal sign goes so we can split this statement in between. I see is right here. So my equal sign is gonna go between this statement here and that statement over there. Okay, so let's go to the left side of my equal sign and figure that out. 4, I got the number 4 here, so I'm gonna write that out. I'm gonna delete this up here so I can have some space and we don't get confused. Okay, so I got the number 4, and I'm thinking 4 less than, underlining less than, the product of a number and 7. Well, a number is n, and the product is multiplication. So I'm taking 7 times n. And in the chat, someone said, hey, I already know less than is my turnaround phrase, Miss Bennett. I know it means subtraction, so I got to flip those around. So they know, hey, less than is subtraction, but we got to flip this. So this is going to really be 7n minus 4. Yeah, every time we see less than, that is my turnaround phrase. Awesome for seeing that. That equals 8 more than that number. So we got 8. Guys, more than is my addition statement. And then that number, of course, is n. So I know on the other side of the equation, I have a 8 plus n. And with that being said, guys, we have now written equations. If we move on, guys, I want you all to practice your turnaround phrases. So I want you guys to look. You have the sheet in front of you. This was the 3rd page, eLearners. You're going to practice writing turnaround phrases now, and then we'll review at the end of class. Are we all on the same page? All right. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to practice your turnaround phrases.